You've got to be kidding me! Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Hot Stove Videocast, and today we're going to be recapping last night's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Miami Marlins as the Phillies lose 7-6 to the Miami Marlins as they lose the first game of this crucial 7-game series in Miami, and they blow yet again another lead. They had a 6-3 lead in this one, and they blow it like they always do, ladies and gentlemen. This bullpen is just terrible. It is terrible. Brandon Workman can't pitch. Heath Hembree can't pitch. David Phelps can't pitch. Hector Neris can't hit. We are so bad. This bullpen is terrible. It is absolutely terrible. I can't remember a worse bullpen than this. We blow so many leads. And even going back to Labor Day against the Mets, we were up 6-0 at one point, 6-0, and we obviously I know we won that game 9-8, but we was 7-6 Mets at one point. We blew the lead. I am so sick and tired of these blown leads. Now, guys, before I get into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, this Phillies team never disappoints to disappoint. I have never seen a baseball team blow so many leads in all my life. You go back to that, as I keep talking about the blown leads, the doubleheader in Buffalo against the Toronto Blue Jays. The first game, or no, it was the second game, first and second game. The second game was worse. What do we have, a 7-0 lead? And we blew that game. Guys, I am so, what is it with this Marlins team? What is it with this Marlins team? I don't understand it. I do not understand it. This is the Miami Marlins. I am so sick and tired of losing to the Miami Marlins. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. It makes me so frustrated to lose to this Miami Marlins squad. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. We can't beat teams like the Baltimore Orioles. We can't beat teams like the Miami Marlins. We just can't beat the bad teams. But as I talked about the other day, the Marlins are pretenders, not contenders, in my opinion. Now, the Baltimore Orioles, that's a whole nother story. That's even worse. I don't even want to talk about that. But I'm so tired of blowing leads, period, but especially to teams like the Marlins. But it even dates back to last year when they were absolutely terrible. I still don't think they're a very good team. And we're not a very good team because our bullpen is terrible. Our bullpen is absolutely terrible. So, guys, I am beyond tired of these blown leads. It's ridiculous. I would love to know how many games where we would be right now if our bullpen wouldn't have blown so many of these games. Now, I understand blown leads are going to happen, but I'd love to know. Get the stat up. How many wins would we be at right now if our bullpen, let's say, didn't blow half of these games that we've blown, these huge leads? Where would we be right now? So it's absolutely pathetic. It's absolutely pathetic. I'm sick of this bullpen, and people keep wanting to knock Girardi. So Girardi, that's all of a sudden Girardi's fault? So Girardi's going to have to go out there and pitch? He's the one going out there? I mean, he doesn't have any options. He does not have any options. It's the man putting the bullpen together. As Michael Barhan said, he said it best, but people want to knock Girardi. That is the most idiotic thing I think I've ever heard. Stop knocking Joe Girardi. Stop. Stop. How in the world is this Joe Girardi's fault? Stop. I don't want to hear that crap. Oh, it's Girardi's fault. If you really think you should reassess if you're a Phillies fan. How in the world can you say that? That is the most idiotic statement. It's the man building the bullpen. This is Girardi's only options. This is Girardi's only options. And people said, well, Gabe Kapler over Joe Girardi. I went off. I had to comment on that. That is the most idiotic statement I think I've ever heard in my whole entire life. So be quiet. To those people that are making those idiotic statements out there, be quiet. Be quiet. So, guys, let's start the scoring summary. This is getting ridiculous. J.C. Muto grounds out the shortstop, and Rhys Hoskins scores. And then the Phillies take a 1-0 lead in the top of the first. And then in the bottom of the first, they strike right back as Starling Marte doubles on a ground ball to left field. Former Philly Corey Dickerson comes around to score, and it is now tied at 1. Then Alec Boehm, who continues to rake, he singles on a line drive to right field. Andrew Knapp scores. and it is now a 2-1 ball game. And it was a fielding error by Starling Marte. The ball went right past him. We all know that he obviously was traded over from the Arizona Diamondbacks to the Marlins at the deadline. Not a huge Starling Marte fan because he always likes to beat up on us. And the Phillies now take a 2-1 lead. And in the same inning, Adam Hazley singles on a line drive to left field. Alec Boehm, who also drove in a run on a single, comes around to score. And the Phillies take a 3-1 lead. Then in the bottom of the third inning, Matt Joyce hits a sacrifice fly to center field. Former Philly Corey Dickerson comes around to score. It's now 3-2. Then Alec Boehm again singles on a line drive to left field. Didi Gregorius scores, and the Phillies now take a 4-2 lead. A lot of back and forth in this game, guys. A lot of back and forth. We would score, and then they come back and score. It's one of those things where I feel like we were motivating them to score because we were scoring. It's so frustrating. Every time we would score the bottom, oh my gosh, it just was so frustrating. Adam Hazley hits a sacrifice bunt right back to the pitcher, and Gene Segura scores, and it's now a 5-2 Phillies lead. So we have a 3-1 lead. Obviously, it was eventually 6-3, but this is just ridiculous, guys. Then Jorge Alfaro grounds out to second base, and Garrett Cooper scores, and it's now 5-3. Then in the top of the fifth inning, former Miami Marlin JT Realmuto launches his 11th home run of the year on a line drive to left center. So it was nice to see JT, finally going yard there. Obviously, went yard in the Mets series, but it's nice to see him do it again here. A 6-3 Phillies lead now. Once again, it's nice to see JT homer against his former squad as well. Bottom of the 8th inning, we load the bases. Tommy Hunter. Oh my gosh. And then Brandon Workman comes in, and he allows, ladies and gentlemen, a bases clearing double as Starling Marte hits his 11th double in the year, and that scores 3. Cooper, Crazome, and Dickerson, and the Marlins tie it at 6. Brandon Workman, that guy is so terrible. Brandon Trashman. He's so terrible. He's absolutely terrible. Boy, they were really working him last night, I'll tell you. Then in the bottom of the 9th inning, former Philly, Jorge Alfaro singles on a ground ball to center field. Harrison scores, and the Marlins win it 7-6. And they acted like they won the World Series. Like there's some Derek Jeter ruined that franchise. No one cares about the Marlins. I'll just say that right now. Absolutely no one cares. Derek Jeter's like one of the worst. What is he, the president or something? He's absolutely terrible. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. I mean, they just, you know why? Because our bullpen's terrible. They expose our bullpen for what it is because it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. And again, guys, I'm so tired of these bullpen leads. Harper continues to struggle. His average drops to 254 as he goes 0 for 3 last night with 2 walks. Again, he's not striking out really that much. He's not even striking out that much. He keeps grounding out, these hard ground outs. It's so frustrating for him. He just can't catch a break. It's just it's going to get to a point where this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh, the bad luck for Bryce Harper. Oh my gosh, is it frustrating to watch. It's so frustrating to watch. And JT, obviously he was struggling a little bit, goes 2 for 4 last night with nice 2 RBI night. And Alec Boehm just continues to rake a nice 2 for 3 night, obviously with that Ribby single and 1 walk. Scored a run as well. So JT and Alec Boehm were great last night for the Phils. Absolutely great. But Bryce Harper just continues to struggle. It's so frustrating. Average, as I said, drops to 254. 254. And as I said, he's still getting on base a lot, but it's not good, man. It's really not good. I mean, it goes back to the Hoskins. Remember, he was slumping. He was still getting on base. Yeah, getting on base is good, but you have to start slugging, man. You have to start hitting the ball over the wall. You have to start getting extra base hits, something he's not been doing as of late. He's really looked terrible. He has looked absolutely terrible. I mean, this slump has probably been one of the worst for him. Probably one of the weirdest is the fact that he's still making contact. Usually when you're in a slump, you're not hitting the ball hard at all. You're striking out a lot. I mean, he's still hitting the ball very, very hard, and that's what gives me hope. But part of me feels so frustrated because he's so close to getting out of it, but he can't. But he will eventually, obviously. But Jake Arrieta went 5 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 4 walks, 3 strikeouts last night. We all know Arrieta is not a strikeout pitcher. Wasn't terrible though. 5 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 3 Ks, as I said, but you did walk 4, which is not great. But Arrieta, that's what Arrieta will give you. Not worth the money we are paying him. We overpaid for him. There's no question about that. Oh my gosh, dude, that contract, Matt Klentak totally overpaid for Jake Arrieta. That was, I don't even think I need to even say that. That was just such a terrible, oh my goodness gracious. But you know what, we have to put that aside. We have to just look at it. Okay, this is what Jake Arrieta is going to give you. 5 2/3, only 3, obviously 3 earned runs and 5 2/3, but it's not good enough, man. It's not good enough, but okay, it wasn't like he went out there and pitched 2 1/3 and allowed 8 earned runs. You know what I'm saying? Like that one, and remember that game against the Atlanta Braves, man? That was absolutely terrible. But guys, Brandon Workman. I mean, my gosh, I understand that those, bases clearing double that Starling Marte hit. Obviously, I know those runs were charged to Tommy Hunter, who's had 2 bad outings now in a row, which isn't the end of the world. A little bit frustrating for him, though, because he was looking a lot better. Now he's looking a little sluggish. But Brandon Workman is terrible. I'm not going to get that guy a break. Like, he's still terrible. He allowed that walk-off single to Jorge Alfaro. So, I don't even care, man. Brandon Workman, is absolutely terrible. David Phelps has been terrible. Hector Neris has been terrible. Tommy Hunter now is starting to look terrible. He was having a good run for a while. Heath Hembree has not been great. These guys that we've brought over have not really worked. They have not worked. And who does that come down on? Oh, so all of a sudden that's Joe Girardi's fault. That's totally Joe Girardi's fault. Absolutely not. That is the man who builds the bullpen. And who is our general manager? Matt Klentak. That is our general manager, Matt Klentak. And I think the blame has to come down on Matt Klentak. Okay, because he's the guy building that bullpen. So guys, yet again, another blown lead out of this Phillies team. As yet again, we gave away another game that we should have won, as we are now 21-19. So we did the same amount of losses this year as the Marlins. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And as I said, think about where we'd be right now. Obviously, I know blown leads are going to happen, but think about where we'd be right now if we wouldn't have blown half of these games. Just think about it. Just think about it, because the Braves have not been fantastic this year, I can tell you. So guys, let's put baseball aside for a little bit. Today marks the 19th anniversary of the September 11 attacks on our nation, and today I'd like to address that. Obviously, the attack started in New York at the World Trade Center. Obviously the North Tower was hit first, and the South Tower was hit, and then the South Tower collapsed first, and then the North Tower went down, and that was just a horrific day in our nation's history. Happened 19 years ago today. Absolutely tragic, man. I mean, watching those videos, it's very, very disturbing. Obviously, the Pentagon was hit as well by a plane, and then a plane crashed out in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, a suburb outside of Pittsburgh as well. So, absolutely horrific. That happened 19 years ago today. That really united our nation, and America's strong. That was an absolutely horrific day in our nation's history. And I think I should bring that up. I mean, absolutely. I mean, 19 years ago today, obviously I was not alive when that happened. That was 3 years ago. That was 3 years before I was born. But absolutely just a horrific day. Obviously, my parents, remember that day very, very well, of course, and they've told me a lot of stories. I watched videos about it in the past, and absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. So I'd like to pay respects to the victims of that attack. Absolutely horrible for our nation. So, guys, I just want to talk about that. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Tell your friends about these videos. As I said, please check out the social media link in the description section. At Phillies House of Instagram, My Heart Fanatics Instagram. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshouses@gmail.com. Doubleheader today. 5-10 to first pitch. Aaron Nola 4-3 with a 2.74 ERA going against Rogers of the Marlins 1-0 with a 3 ERA. The bullpen's going game 2, and obviously Zach Lear was scratched from his start because he apparently was he was adjusting his pants or something, and his nail was messed up on his middle finger. There's more to that story. Very, very strange. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Luke, and I will talk to you later. Let's go Phillies. Let's rebound. Absolutely pathetic out of the bullpen. Aaron Nola Day, go out there and get us a win, man. Doubleheader, probably the double video, like just making 2 videos after both games are over. I hate doubleheaders. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.